Hi, in this tutorial video I'm going to show you how easy it is to install your new Night Sky version 3 watch onto your avatar. So first you need an avatar, which we have here, the newest version of the SDK. Then I also need Poyomi shaders, because that's how the watch is done, using Poyomi shaders version 8. Also, we need the watch package imported. I also have the VR Labs Avatar 3.0 manager for merging FX layers that I'm going to show you later why we need it. So when we have everything imported, the first step is to find the watch that you want, and you can look them up in the example scene. There's literally every single one placed in the world that you can take a look what they look like and what they show. So for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm just gonna go to prefabs and select one of the white hands, the constellations, which is the... Actually, no, I'm gonna select Night Sky. That's the classic basic one that we need. In the hierarchy, I'm gonna select the avatar. I'm gonna, click this little arrow button. Then I'm gonna take my prefab here and I'm gonna drag it onto the avatar. And it should appear in this position at the hierarchy. It needs to be on the same level as the armature, like the top level. Now we can see it here as well, it appeared. Next thing we do is that we add a parent constraint and we add a source. Why we do this? We're basically constraining the watch to an object that's gonna be constrained to a bone, so it moves with your arm. You could technically move the watch to the arm itself, but you would need to change all the animations by yourself. So if you don't want to or don't know how to do that, proceed as me. So you're gonna find the bone under which you want the watch to be, which usually is your left hand. So we select elbow. Why do we select elbow? If you would select the wrist and put the thing under the wrist, it would move with movement of your hand bone, which you don't want. You want it to move with the elbow. So now I'm gonna create an empty object under the elbow. I'm gonna rename it watch anchor, for example. It can be anything, it doesn't really matter. You go back to the watch and you add the watch anchor to the source. Then you go a little bit closer so you see what's happening. And you click 0 and activate. Now the watch itself you cannot move, but if you move the anchor, the watch moves with it. So now we need to position the anchor to the correct position and rotation on the arm, which we have it in local, that's fine. We're just gonna position it here. Then we're going to turn it this way. I'm gonna put in 90. And yeah, the crown basically will tell you the position of the 3 o'clock. So 12 o'clock, aka the top of the watch is here. That's where the arrows are pointing by default anyway. So we need to turn it this way, 90 degrees, which should be... Oh, actually, it's this. So it is 180. There we go, yes. Now for scaling the watch, we need to scale the actual object. So we're gonna do it here. I'm gonna get a bit closer. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not gonna make it like 100% fit. I just wanna show you how you do it so it works. So I'm just gonna position it here, really high, I guess. This doesn't look good, but I'm pretty sure on an avatar you're gonna make it look much better and fit. This is just to show you how it works basically. So let's say this is positioned correctly. Now we need to put in the actual functions of the watch. So we go to the avatar and we need to add parameters. So we find the parameters in the VRChat files folder right here. And you can check that there's 3 of them. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna just snip this, put it on my second screen. I'm just gonna like copy paste. So I go to the avatar, because I have these parameters here already. If you don't have any parameters, you can, put the watch parameters directly, but Most of the time you're gonna have some of them done already. I'm gonna add 2 more, one float, and one boolean. Second one was RW constellations. And the last one is for the rotation showcase. Okay, now this is ready. The next thing we need to add to the menu, the little button for the rotation showcase. Now, if you don't want it, you don't necessarily have to do this. This is completely optional. So we find it here and we name it watch rotation showcase, for example. It doesn't really matter, just for you, so you know what you're doing with the button. Toggle or button. If you put toggle, it's gonna do the animation infinitely unless you toggle it off, and if you do it button, it's just gonna do it once. So we have the parameters, we have the menu, and the last thing is to put it in the FX layer, all the things, all the animations. So for that, we don't do that manually. We pull up VRLabs Avatar 3.0 Manager, we open it. Now we drag in our avatar, and we go to FX, and we add an animator to merge, and we look in the watch folders and try to find in VRChat files the FX layer, which is this one. Drag it in, and we merge on current or merge on new. It really doesn't matter. If you merge on a new, it creates the backup of the old one. So if you want to be safe, I guess you can do that. But I'm going to merge on a current here. Now it should be done. Let us see. Yes, it is done. What you can do is delete this one. It's empty, it doesn't serve any purpose. But other than that, everything looks fine. I'm going to look up the animations that are here. The parameters, everything is fine. So we close the manager. And the avatar is pretty much done and everything should work. So we can test this in Unity, actually. So I'm literally gonna just go here, push the play button. It's gonna take a while to load. Go into scene, and we can see that the avatar is being simulated by the Lyuma emulator. If you haven't done this before, just click Tools, Enable 3.0 Emulator, and it's gonna literally do this thing. So the watch can be seen pretty clear here. And we have the rotation on, so we're just gonna turn it off. And it's gonna finish the rotation and it's gonna go to the basic position. Now if you scroll down here, you need to find the float values. There you go. And you find RW time and the RW constellations. And you just drag these to see if the movement is happening and everything is fine. If you put in 0.9235, it's 1010 approximately. That's a nice time to show. And if you check the rotations, they should rotate like this. So this indicates everything's correct and everything works. The only thing that I recommend you to do that we didn't do here, so the avatar doesn't start the rotation animation by default, just go to parameters and default is off, and it's just going to be off by default, which is kind of what you want, right? And now it's done. You can upload your avatar and it's going to work. The last thing that I'm going to show you is I am here in game, and after uploading your avatar, like on your account, the one thing that you need to do once, you just go to options, OSC, and you reset config. This is done because VRChat just works this way. If you add more parameters and you use them for OSC onto your avatar, and it's like a fresh upload, you just need to reset the OSC setting once and it should work. You can playtest this by clicking the OSC debug and putting on the OSC app that I included. I'm just going to do that right now. And now it's sending data. So if it's doing this and the data is being updated like this every second, everything should be fine. excuse me, and your watch should be receiving information about time and the start of positions, and it should be good. So thank you for watching. You can find my links in the description and at the end of the video, and let me know what you think. Thank you.